own Freema Agyeman, and you guys are going to go crazy. Is that cool?
Yeah!
So here we go. This is like my personal account. So, alright. 1, 2, 3. Alright, folks. Welcome our very own Freema Agyeman! Oh yeah, you gotta take a picture. There we go. I'm doing that as well.
Spot yourself later.
Find yourselves.
Okay. Nice, very colourful.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you very much.
And it's a little cold, isn't it? All right. So, Freema, you know, where to begin? And just before we even begin, we also have a microphone right there, and a little bit later into the panel, if you guys have any questions, we can line up at this microphone right there, and then we'll open up the floor to questions in a moment. Now, Doctor Who, fantastic show, isn't it?
It's a good show.
Yeah?
I think it's alright.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, were you a Doctor Who fan before you were casted?
Well, it's funny because when I got the job, I was really nervous about telling the producers that I hadn't watched it for years and years and years, because I thought, I don't know what I was expecting. I knew there was going to be a test to like, how much do you know before you can play the part, but I was just a little bit like, because I knew David is a massive Whovian, and Russell T Davis. They know everything about everything. But no, when I was growing up, it was in its hiatus. So yeah, when I was watching TV, Sylvester McCoy was the doctor, so I'm associating him as being my doctor. And then it was off the air, so I never watched it much as a child.
Now, I did a little research, and you have some experience in martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it for a while as a child, and we were almost getting to competition stage, me and my sister. And then the club where we went moved. They just moved location. They moved somewhere that was like 45 minutes away from where we lived, and my mum at the time couldn't then continue taking us because of the travelling involved and that. So had they not, we probably would be competing. Right?
Oh
we were on that track, but then I might not be sitting here because I wouldn't have gone down the acting path. Probably I would become a fighter.
It would be a martial arts convention. But we'd still there'd be this many people out here.
Oh.
But if you could describe once you were auditioning and all that, could you like describe maybe like the first time you met David Tennant? How was that?
Well, apologies to anyone who's heard the story before, but I didn't know that I was auditioning for Doctor Who. When I was auditioning for Doctor Who, I thought it was for Torchwood. Yeah, because I appeared in Billy and David's year first as Martha's cousin. And so when I was auditioning for that, there was rumblings that there was going to be a new companion casting happening, but no one really knew for sure. You know, it's always when you're in the role, there's always talk about when are you going to leave it. That's it was when you're a doctor. So there's always like people saying, "Oh, Billy might be leaving soon." And so anyway, we weren't really paying any attention. But my agents got this call saying there's going to be this spin-off show called Torchwood, and would I, after I finished my little guest appearance in season 2 of Doctor Who, would I like to audition for a regular in Torchwood? So. I was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. And they said they didn't have any script available for it, so they gave me episode 1, season 1, called Rose. So that was the script I had to audition for. Nothing to it. I was like, oh, okay. So I had to do these scenes, and then I had a second audition with the casting director, and then my agent got a call saying, actually, it's been to audition for the new companion the whole time. We couldn't say anything because everything surrounding that show is so top secret.
Really?
It's unbelievable. So they couldn't even tell you that you were auditioning for it. So they had to in the end though, because they said tomorrow you have your screen test with David in Cardiff, and you're going up on the train with the casting director, and it was Valentine's Day that day, so
how romantic.
Sitting across from this casting director who, you know, you've only just met, and having a meal in the evening with all these couples sitting, looking at each other with doughy eyes, and we're just sitting there going, oh, this is so surreal and so strange. And got to the hotel. I auditioned with David in, where were we? We were actually at the producer's house, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or was it in the hotel room? My bit is fuzzy. But I was so nervous, like, I'm surprised I even knew.
Absolutely.
I was like, and I was nervous, and then I wasn't, until, the thought of how big the show is, and the association, and all of that. I'm glad they didn't tell me it was for Doctor Who any sooner than that, because actually you can overthink things.
Absolutely.
So I was nervous up until the point I just got in there with him, and he was so easy to work with.
Oh, that's so cool.
He was so relaxed. He was like, let's just enjoy it. Let's just play and try it this way and try it that way, and the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Absolutely. Thank you for telling me that. That's awesome. And if you could describe Act 4, since the rest is history, that's what we're talking about. What was like one of your favorite moments on set? Did you ever have just a crazy memory?
Yeah, there were a few actually, because it was, just it's such a huge enterprise.
Oh yeah.
Show. Do you know what I mean? It's a big deal.
I watched David Tennant do the Proclaimers video with all the Doctor Who cast. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was really awesome. So you'd have one of those moments every other week, really. You'd be like, oh my god, I'm standing in the TARDIS. Oh my god, I'm, there's a Dalek rolling past me, wishing me good morning.
Good morning.
No, you talk to the guys in between the little grills and the holes. The guys who are in there for hours, day in, day out, just talking about their weekend, rolling around the room. So there was so many surreal moments. I suppose I really liked my very first day. They actually broke me in quite gently. I had a very easy first day, no dialogue. It was just to be present and kind of get to know the crew, and it was the Smith and Jones episode where the slabs are chasing us, and, and there was the bit where we were walking following Mr. Stoker.
Yep.
All the sort of connecting parts of that episode we shot all in one day, just so I would just be there meeting people. And so I remember that because everyone was just so nice and so welcoming and so friendly, and I just felt it was going to be a fun experience. And then I really liked the day when all of the companions and everyone was together on the TARDIS.
Oh,
when we shot
that was perfect.
That was such a nice. Because we'd never all been in the same place at the same time, despite the crossovers. So it was just nice to get to know other people in the Who family, because you.
Right. We all watch, and we're like, they should all be friends.
They should all be friends. And you hardly see each other.
Yeah, you save the universe, and then you're like, they should be friends.
It was nice to hang out for that day. Yeah.
Excellent. That's awesome. Thank you. And then before we open up to questions, remember you guys can line up here if you want to ask Freema any questions. After Doctor Who, what was life like? What was life like after Doctor Who?
Well, it was funny because when I started, actually, we had all these big meetings. You had meetings with media people and the producers, and they were all gearing you up for how different your life was going to be once you're part of this show. And the minute it comes out, everything's going to change. And, you're sort of a little bit like, oh, okay. And it wasn't like that, actually. No, it wasn't. It kind of was like a steady drip feed, if you like. So I would go out to my local shops after episode 1, and maybe no one would have recognised me. And then after episode 2 went out, a couple of people might have been like, and then 3, 4. By the time the season had gone out, you notice, but it's a very steady, progressive. It's not like a big negative kind of association with, oh my god, you can't, everything's going to be different, in a way that they kind of made it. They didn't mean to make it to scaremonger. They were just saying, it's a big thing. It's a big show, But you know, and I kind of feel like, because I was older, I was 26 when I got that.
Oh wow.
I think I'd already set my life in a certain motion, and I was doing the things I always liked to do. And I think if you get opportunities like that very, very young, your life can change, because you can get, you know, you can be around people that might take you off in different directions. You get these opportunities to go places, meet people, do things, not always positive. You just get the whole world of showbiz.
Absolutely.
You know, your life can change, but it's kind of in your control.
Right,
as well.
absolutely.
So I felt like I was always in control the whole time, and afterwards I've had really great opportunities with work. I'm so grateful for that. I think doing a show like Doctor Who really, it kind of
got you the exposure.
Gets you the exposure, and the industry really take the shows seriously, and they maybe see you for things they might not have considered you for before.
Right.
I mean, the roles I was doing before had very much had a type to them. But to be, you know, in mainstream television as lead female positions came after Doctor Who.
A versatile role, because if you can have a whole conversation with an 8-foot-tall rhinoceros, like in your face, and it's like, we need that girl for Law and Order UK. All right, well, this is a fantastic time to open up for questions.
Hello.
Hello. So what do you think about Weeping Angels?
What do I think about the Weeping Angels?
Yeah.
They're kind of
freaky.
They're kind of creepy, right? I mean, again, I've told this story before, and forgive me if you've heard it, but the first time we got the scripts for that, obviously it was the episode that has Companion and Dr. Light, and there's one of those in every season. Just because of the filming restraints, there actually wasn't time. Because the Doctor and the Companion appear in pretty much every scene of every episode, there really was time constraints. There was always one where you were not in very much. So I got the script, but I prioritised the one that we were shooting before and afterwards, because I thought there was more lines to learn in those ones. So I left reading that one till quite late, and I just looked at my few scenes. And we were doing a night shoot, and I thought, well, that's a good opportunity to just, you know, it's quiet, it's 3 a.m, I'm on set, I'll just start reading this script at this time of night in the middle of a field in a trailer. Bad idea.
What's wrong with that?
So I was reading it going, what is this? And then suddenly there was like this on my door as they came to get me to set, and I just screamed. And the guy literally was like, what happened in there? So I was just reading episode 10, what the hell? So I don't know, but I guess it's like one of the all-time highest rated episodes, isn't it?
It really is.
It's pretty out there, man.
It really is. That's the episode I show when I want people to get into Doctor Who. That's one of the one I use, and I just love it. That little part with you in it is where you're just like, he needs to get a job.
He needs to work.
He needs to work.
Get a real job.
All right, next question.
Hi. So I hope it's okay to ask this. As a loved companion, you know, I loved you as Martha, and I was super stoked when I saw you in Sense8, and I'm wondering how the Whovian universe has adapted to that. Have you gotten a good response?
Yes, I really have. I'm so touched with the response to Sense8, actually. I admittedly, it's a very different one. Yeah, no, it's a very different role, and when I first got the script for that, actually, I mean, you can, as an actor, spend a lot of time thinking about your audience and how the roles you take on are going to be perceived and received, and you know, and all of that. And then fundamentally, you've got to just strip it all back and think, am I going to enjoy playing this part? Can I do this part justice? Because if you're enjoying it, it will permeate through, and hopefully your audience will enjoy it as well. And so, yeah, it was a real, I was terrified at first. You know, I've never done sex or nudity scenes before, and I was a bit like, and I really wanted to, actually I've never played a character who'd been in a love relationship, ever, in all my career. I was thinking back, and so I was actually nervous about playing the honesty of love and getting that across, especially in a gay relationship, which is so underrepresented on mainstream television. It's a crime. So I was like, I really want to make sure I can do the part justice, and as I say, my soul is warmed at how responsive and positive people have been.
It's a fantastic performance. It was great.